the way to life. Now, from aspiring music engineer to Billboard charting producer, Cordell Scatterburrell has cemented his place in dancehall's history. He is an acclaimed music producer, audio engineer, musician, songwriter, Downtown Records executive, and entrepreneur. Throughout his career, SKATTA has played a significant role in promoting Jamaican music on a global scale and has been involved in numerous successful projects. His 2003 world renowned Coolie Dance rhythm, which earned him the title of Billboard charting producer, was recently featured on Beyonce's Renaissance tour. Coolie Dance was also featured in several films and television productions. Among them, we're talking about Zero Dark 30 and the popular US television show America's Next Top Model. And today we're absolutely elated to be journeying with none other than Cordell Scatterburrell on the road to success. Scatter, welcome.
Grateful, respect, Kashima.
I see you talking, but I'm not hearing you.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. I think that's on your end. I guess I'll need to keep on talking and hope they
Okay,
can.
it's sounding really low.
Yes.
So I know where, can you hear me? I know you're hearing me because you're responding.
Yes. I'm hearing you loud and clear. How's that sound? Is it getting any better?
All
If
right,
you
so
can.
we're standing by. I think I should just bring up the Coolie Dance again while we hammer this out.
Yes, please. 1, 2, 3, mic check. 1, 2.
If you're just joining us, we are holding on. We are gearing up. We are raring to go on the road to success. And today we're journeying with none other than Scatterburrell.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Look here. Yeah, man, I'm hearing you loud and clear. Loud
Okay,
and clear.
great.
No balance. No, you
Love.
know what makes this conversation special today, Scatter? You have done numerous interviews, but guess what? You're always talking about issues. You're always talking about the industry. And today we're here to talk about you. So this is what makes it special. You rarely talk about yourself.
Yeah, I'm very new to this part now, so you bear with me. I'm going to try to recollect as much as I can.
All right, so let's kick things off with your foundation. Let's talk about Cordell Burrell.
Yes.
Where did you grow up, and how would you describe your childhood when you reflect?
Wow. Well, I grew up as far as back as I can remember. I remember my mom being around. My mother's name is Iselin Burrell. She's married, of course. But the first memory I have is being called Icy Fractal because they used to walk behind my mother and hold on the end of her skirt.
Yes.
From my uncle, they used to call me Icy Fractal. But I don't remember my father because my father skipped town probably when I was 4 or 3 years old. And it was 6 of us with her mother, and she was a struggle for her. So growing up, I remember going to a basic school in Grand Span off Charter Road. That was the church that my mother went to. I remember going to that basic school, and then I remember my mother not being around because she left Jamaica to move to Canada just to make it better. But we had to go and live in Grand Span, a place called Adman, with one of her church sisters who had I don't even remember how many kids that church sister had. She had about 8 kids of her own and a one-room house.
Wow.
And to this day, I don't understand how how we ended up staying in that one room with 8 or 9 other persons. Majority of them older than us, me and my siblings. And I was the second to last one. So I had a younger sister and then 4 bigger brothers and four like 3 other sisters and 1 brother. So we were there and it was very tough. The lady name is Miss Samuels. It was our church sister Samuels. And my mother wasn't there anymore. And at the age of probably 5, I remember for the first time learning my ABCs with Sister Samuel's son, a virgin named Tommy. And him couldn't understand why I make this mistake of saying hello, me no P. You know what I say?
Yeah.
P,
Element
and
of it, yeah.
that was my first recollection of actually learning because I never grew up as studious as I wanted to be, you know,
Mm-hmm.
looking back now. So that was the first recollection of learning, and then they took me into Chartwood practice in school. My other sisters and brothers went to New Day all age, you know. So I
Mm-hmm.
remember walking from Adman Lane to Chartwood school every day. Used to get, one time I used to get 50 cents for lunch, and then one time I not get no lunch, but we still I go school every day, same way. But good thing they have the Nutribun and the milk and them something there, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It's a food
balancing.
quite forget it for care woman as well, you know. So yeah, that was the start. That's as far as I can go back. And I remember
Mm-hmm.
being introduced to ghetto liberty, the garrison liberty with bigger food that run up in the lane, whole heap of time. You know what I say? For outside the soldier them, the bad man them and them thing there. So growing up in Adman Lane, that's where I kind of get now the exposure of now you're on your own as a youth. You have to go learn from the streets. You have to go do what you have to do for survive and learn about good company and bad company, going to school and so forth. You know, so from a very young age now, you start develop a isolated attitude that you know it is up to you because I can't look to my sister them for certain type of street guidance and no man wasn't around much. Uncle them used to drop in upon them every now and then, but you know, but it was on you as a youth to learn from the streets and raise
Mm-hmm.
yourself. Yeah.
Did you because you went from being your mommy's tail to her, going away to make ends meet. Were you able to adjust to this change, even though the church sister was there for you and your family? Did you understand what was going on, and were you in need of your parents? Were there moments that you felt like, boy, you need mommy?
You see, at the moment, I had no choice but to address. I couldn't cry and I couldn't cry
Mm-hmm.
about it for me or anything. It is the cards that you're dealt at the moment at a young age, because we've seen a lot of young kids lose their parents and they still have to push further. The
Mm-hmm.
only It hits you, I think, at a later age when you need to have certain serious conversations or certain type of nurturing, and it is absent. Like the first day of a new school or a new term, everybody's parents is there. You're there alone, you know, and
Mm-hmm.
that emptiness that it is there, and you don't know how you go. Like, why me? You know, you say that to yourself, but you have no choice but to try on. And the lady who we live with, I mean, she did her very best, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I must say, looking back now, I still don't understand how she did it. I remember sitting around a Sunday table, and there was one egg and two dumpling, and or there was kalaloo. Kalaloo when me can cook for one feed for myself now. Used to share for 12 people, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like one
Mm-hmm.
bundle of kalaloo, can buy a bundle of kalaloo now and cook it myself and eat all like in a one sitting. But that used to serve for 12 people and mature adults and kids all at once. And not
Wow.
even one loaf of bread, me alone can eat one whole of bread by myself in a one.
Mm.
Half a bread or quarter bread used to share for the entire family them time there. So you wonder how you make it through or how you live with the circumstances that are the cards that you were dealt. And it became, it is like a tool or a teaching tool that you use to acknowledge where you're coming from, for just always feel fortunate no matter what you go through.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Absolutely. So
Yes.
here it is. You mentioned school a little bit. Take us to the classroom, Cordell Burrell. What type of students were you, and
Guns,
what did you
guns,
enjoy about
guns,
school?
guns. Yes, you
What?
guns. You know them talk
Yeah,
about guns. So I mean,
yeah.
to tell you about guns. Okay, I remember all of this like yesterday. Going into
Mm-hmm.
the school at Charlotte practice in school. When I go home, I never have nobody say go take up your book. I never have nobody for
Mm-hmm.
say homework. None of that. I don't even know if me did go school with book in my bag. But me used to go school and them allow me to sit in the class and it's just idleness, straight idleness. The turning point came when at the age of probably 9 years old, I had an aunt by my father's side that I've never met before because I don't know nobody from my father's side. And this aunt, at the time I never know nobody. This aunt, she's called Auntie Bev, and she came to Jamaica and she decided to visit her nieces and her nephew that she has never really met before. And it was my father's younger sister. And she came and she saw our living conditions, right? And she was astonished. She felt
Mm-hmm.
ashamed. And
Wow.
I had another brother at the same time that was not affiliated with us, was my half brother, my father's son as well, living in another area in Grandspen. And she went and she visited his conditions and she didn't like it as well. And she took it upon herself to rent a house for all of us. And she went abroad and she put all that in place and she rented the house and she said, my half brother now with his mother and two daughters came and we were all living in that house. So it was six of us, me and my sisters, and my brother, half brother, Damien Burrell, and his mother and his two sisters. We were all living in a, what was it, a one, two, three, four-bedroom house. And that's
What?
yes,
Yeah,
that's off
like. Mm-hmm.
that's off Rochester Avenue and 35 Rochester Avenue. That's off Manningsville Road. And that was my first experience at living in a big house, and big living room and nice furnitures and big yard space and so forth. And this woman, Miss Catherine, that's my brother's mother, she had one style. Go take up a book. Every time she see me, go take up a book. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I'm here, them time me used to despise the woman. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
book, more about my freedom, But I realized the influence that it had because my brother, half brother Damien Burrell, was brilliant, you know. And unfortunately, my aunt who made all of these preparations and put all in place for us, she died like a few months after because she had sickle cell.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so we were back to struggling, but we had a roof over our head, and them time that the man we rent the house from, I don't know, come like him remember saying own a house every now and then, probably every 5 months, and come check in for some rent. So we were able to go on and sustain for like 3 to 4 years in that house, hardly paying any rent, but able to find food. And them time this Western Union did start work now where you could have get one code and my mother would have sent one $50 and my sister them could have go pick it up. So we're always able to eat. And we're fortunate about that. But the real irony about this situation is, remember me tell you I'm done. So
Mm-hmm.
my mother now did have to find a way for me get educated because we start had regular phone calls now to catch up and see how we're really doing. So my mother was a friend of this lady called Miss Wells. She taught at a school named Dunrabin Prep. Now, it is based on Miss Wells, the link with Miss Wells now that my mother got to enroll one, two, three, four of us. My little sister, my bigger brother, Everton, and Damien, my half brother. All of us ended up in Dunrabin Prep. My sister came after, but all three of us ended up in Dunrabin Prep at that time. Now I had two chances to pass a common entrance.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, my brother was in grade 3, and then me was in grade 5, Miss Wells class, because I needed special attention. So then put me in that grade, and then the common entrance thing run and fail for the first time. But they only have two chances because my born January, them say. I think it have to do with the time much. And they had two chances.
Mm-hmm.
So
Your
my
age.
brother get you, pass for JC, whoop, gone. Left me in the class by myself. I feel done like hell, So like the teacher had a serious talking to me and said, Cordell, you have 9 months to catch up with this class. You're going to have to get serious. Every day after school, you're going to come to my house for some extra class because she had extra class that she did in. Um, Anybody who live in a Patrick Cities, them area there, Dwayne Parkside, know Miss Wells. So every day now, I used to take the exterminator bus and I used to wait on the sexy bus, them, the Prince Matcha Perry bus, them, and drive, go down to Dwayne Park and go to Miss Wells' yard. And boy, it did hard for me just to learn some simple tools and mental ability and so forth was very hard. It was a struggle, but I started catching up, and I
Mm-hmm.
really like English and I really like the writing compositions and so forth. So I acknowledge my strengths. So I started working on it. Don't as bad where maths was concerned, but work with the strengths that I have. And lo and behold, when the common entrance results come out, and my pass for a school named Calabar. That
Mm.
was the great achievement for me at that time. We all
Wow.
have our achievements, but that first achievement for me to achieve something as great. You see your parents jump and carry on when the
Mm-hmm,
kids would see.
mm-hmm.
I felt elated, like, wow, I have a purpose. I can actually do something, you know? And Calabar dance school them time then. My brother there, JC and me there, Calabar. Wow, what a balance, you know? And then my little brother, Damien, first go in pass fades Georges, you know?
Oh wow. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it is the fact that we were growing up in our home now where there's certain balance where you had Miss Catherine
Mm-hmm.
reminding us to pick up our book every minute. And then, you know, we could have did stay in no on the road, no up in the lane do some crazy things because me getting in some serious trouble at a young age. You know what I say? And
Mm-hmm.
it's because of underage why I never end up in a certain institution. So we were safe right there. And then you know, you start to Calabar and start flex as a youth now, you get your independence. And you're not even care say you know, have a mother or a father because you have your friends them and you find solace around the company that you keep, you know? And that's where everything started to shape. Though I'm getting to the part about how the music come into play because I prefer you to ask that
Yeah,
question.
no man, I'm definitely going to ask it. But I know after high school you had gotten into construction. So after leaving
Oh,
Calabar, no,
oh, you remember that? Wow.
look here, I'm going to do some digging, because, and can I tell you something? I really had to dig because you don't talk about yourself as much. So take us from high school to you doing construction and what actually led you into that field.
Well, construction started based on my family. I had a uncle named Leroy Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
He 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 was like a foreman on a lot of these sites in and around Kingston. He was a foreman on a site where the flow building is at that white building right at in front of Oxford Road. And then he was one in my community of Constant Spring Gardens when all these apartments were being built. We were broke, so we never have money. So whenever no food no in the cupboard, I could just walk up on a site where my uncle I do this kind of work. And he would give me a food for go cook some food for the family, you know. Now at my last year of Calabar, we did a farm food because for 3 years straight, I go to school and not pay no school fee. No money never did it. And we have to skip majority of the class because we not pay school fee, you're not supposed to in the class. So for all 3 months straight, I only got 2 class. But I still
Wow.
go and dip on the play field, a farm full of talk and a foolishness, you know? Just to try to find yourself as a youth. So my sister was dating this guy. My sister was going to church as well, but she was dating a really nice guy named Neville White. And one evening him come and say, yo, drive with me go over my house. And they have one BMC Oxford and live in a Spanish town. I'm drive with him and the way over him, I reason with me, I say, your sister worried about you, because you're going in the wrong direction, youth, and you need to know what you do with your life. It's either you're going to stay in a school and waste your time, or you're going to find a trade and find something to do with your life for steer yourself and be a man. Them time I never yet have somebody will give me a talking to, you know. So that was strange for me. You know, for somebody at the
Mm-hmm.
time,
Mm-hmm.
say, yo, what you do with your life? Ask yourself that question there. And you have your sister them around you, and as a man, you got to be your duty if you look out for them, but you can't do it if you're going to be on the negative side of things. You know? So that conversation resonated with me. And I know I never did I go on good in a school for achieve nothing. So I did really think say me need for go find a trade. So I asked my uncle if he could give me a work on the site.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, come
That's how
on.
that happened. Wow.
Yeah,
So,
and when I come on the site, him treat me like any ordinary person. One at a time, we there run a one corner farm full and I only see somebody come around and I sale. Be a big stone after about 5 away. And my uncle has
wow.
stone the whole because we are waste time on him site and lick man in them side and I wiggle out you and get her. So it was like I was a privilege to be on the site, but I was privileged to have the opportunity to try and make something of my life. So I did I make some money and I carry it home and I able to put food on the table. So that was my first knock with construction. I got into it later on in the music business, you know. But
Mm-hmm.
I had a lot of disappointments with it, a lot of partners that didn't see the full potential. So it is only now that it is bearing fruit at this age. It is only bearing fruit now, and it is based on the guidance of a good virgin that I have that also hails from Ocherius. I know he's not somebody who like load him up, but me I go load him up now. Is him name Brad, a Jack Ruby's son.
Okay, yeah, we know Brad. Right.
Yes, and Brad is the old person who come lift me up and say, Scatter, dust off, man. This is how you apply yourself in other world, and this is how it is done, and so forth. Because me and brother are followed from way back when him used to there at James Avenue, I do the tattoo thing and so forth. You know what I say?
Long time.
Yeah, them
No,
time used to manage as a sound name, Cinemax or Orchard. So it's a whole heap of things, you know?
so and no, we're getting into the musical aspect now. So let us just get into that. How were you introduced to music? Because before we get to Scatter, who wanted to become an artist, let's talk about your introduction to music.
Oh, well, this is a great question. And you may find it weird because, I'm not so great with the religious community. But I must say, it was me sitting in church, a church at Grand Spen called United Pentecostal Church, right? Because we did have to go to church on Sunday morning time and youth meeting on a Tuesday and Bible studies on a Thursday. I remember everything. Now, sitting in church on a Sunday and sitting at the front bench, you fall in love with the players of instrument. Like, my superhero was a man named Cleve who played the drums. Because just see this guy beating the drums and he in a steady groove and doing the greatest thing with the crashing and I do the rolls and so forth. I was in awe. So me and about three of my virgin them sit down and imitate him. Every Sunday night we bring our own stick and play with pan we need them used to dent up by the time church finish. You know? So that is where my passion for music started to grow because, the church, I want one of them lazy church, I one of them energetic church where music is a fundamental part of it. So being in an environment like that, your love for music grow, your passion for people and the vocals and the singing and the songs and so forth. And then, the Sunday morning where you listen to the music, you're preparing to go to church and gospel music are blaring in your ears. So my love for music started there. It never started in a dance hall. It never started by going listen
in the
to a
church.
song.
Wow.
Started in the church. And I ended up getting baptized same night as Mark Myrie, Buju Banton, because he ended up going to that church as well. That's where I know Buju from.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so me and Buju baptized the same night at North Kingston Pentecostal Church. He was talking to Lord anytime he see me. That's why him always run back for. So a lot of us as musicians hone in on our talent, and it started right there in the church. And I can give it up to the church for that because I don't know if I'd be this great at what I do, because it is great when you can latch on to what you love and what you have a passion for at an early stage. So you're a parent now, you have a child and you see him have a love for something, it is on you to ensure that he has the opportunity to hone in on it and develop that skills at all.
Did you eventually started playing drums in the church as well?
Yes, they saw the dedication. A lot of people fell off. I never fall off. I come every day, and on the first time, them said, "Go sit down and do something." Now. It was the church empty, and I played the first song, and I was pretty steady, So after that, every now and then when Cleve was missing or when I'm tired or I'm not in the mood, I get to play the drums.
No, in the late 90s, your aspiration was to become an artist. And tell us about this dream and what caused you to refocus and look at production.
Full story, because going to Calabar, I used to say, Baby Sham. They used to have DJ contests, right? And you used to see like a big crowd, a big circle farm. And you used to have this one little brown youth always with every title. And Baby Sham used to DJ like the baddest thing. And Baby Sham, the maga skinny them days about when you see the circle farm around him and him a DJ and man, say yo, that youth are just bad, So we started beating the Deskins class because we are emulate them and them Baby Sham them in a bigger grade that way, higher farm that way. So we are emulate them. decks in the classroom and a DJ and so forth. And I got the opportunity now to be around someone who was coming from a musical background. One of my brethren called Bensley Hype, Hemsley Morris.
Mm-hmm.
His father, Ainsley Morris, you know. Well, he had a big song back in the 80s or early late 70s. So Bensley lived on Hillary Avenue, will probably still live there until now. He lived on Hillary Avenue, and that was on the way from Calabar to go to my house. So every evening would I stop this time with their Bensley house, and him father they have like a studio, and would I be able there for just a fool around and I make beats and a DJ and so forth. So me and Bensley used to write song together and DJ and so forth. And Norrisman now used to live with him, Hantika Norrisman couldn't live in Hannah Town anymore. So him did have to move, come uptown at a point and stay around him, auntie around the road from us. So me and Norrisman and Bensley and a youth named Gandhi, now known as Raskasa.
Okay.
Yes, you have to walk up
Mm-hmm.
and down and DJ and do the thing, you know. So I have to give it up to Bensley for that because that's where now I decided I wanted to be a DJ.
Mm-hmm.
The problem was now Calabar days done. Could graduate or nothing, so I have to left school. School done. So a big man time come now. How you going to survive? How you going to take care of yourself? Now I know where to live now because by them time that we can't live uptown no more, we can't pay the bills. So I have to move, go to Mountain View, off Langston Road, between Langston Road and GX Road, go live with my uncle named Errol. So I was living out by my uncle, and then my other uncle who lived there said to me, you can't come here, so I not do nothing. So in carry me go to one virgin where own one mechanic shop and say, yo, want you give him a work. And the man said, no problem. Half a year militants and you'll give the youth a try. So every morning, 7 o'clock, I have to find myself around at the man's place and wash up clean down the equipment, then clean up the area for work and just be an apprentice and learn mechanic. And I did I do it for about 7 months. The man named Mr. Robbie. Our DJ named Frankie Slide, they live up the road from Mr. Robbie. So he was a DJ. So me always see artists sitting on my psych every now and then. I can't get rid of it, you know. So Frankie Slide have the song, you must say ambulance or radio car every time, you know. So he used to love how him dress and, you know, put himself together as a DJ and so forth. But I still there I do my mechanic work, and when me under the car, me a DJ more time and I do my thing. But, you know, I have to stick with the work. So one summer now, like, I go country for the summer. And when I come back from country, party out the whole summer country, and I decide to say, yo, I go back, go do no mechanic work, you know. I want better for me, I want something else for myself. I can't say that. I want something else for myself. So Bensley linked me one day now. And before I go back out of East, I end up a stay at Bensley Yard for about one good 3 months. Me and Raskasa with their Bensley Yard at bleach. I hide in my father's studio at night time and I sleep. And him father and him mother don't know say you have 2 youth who are staying at them house. Bensley hiding at them. Yeah, Bensley give the opportunity to stay at us. About 3 months straight, you know. So Bensley I go on studio one day now. I say him get a link on a studio. And I say, yeah man, me and roll, we go with him. Me go with him. And then that studio pretty. It was the most unique studio I've ever been to because I used to have brush with a few studios before that and I couldn't get in. But this studio I got in. Studio named Celestial Sounds of Mullines Road, Mullines Plaza. So Bensley was the real DJ and the crew. I was just trying, you know. The man make everybody audition. The virgin named Steve Ventura. And Bensley audition and pass with flying colors and I want to say, yes, you're part of the camp and me DJ, but I have no voice. No voice.
Bensley was in Innocent Crew.
Yes, I remember Innocent Crew. So I have no voice. That was probably 1996. Yeah. I have no voice so for carrying a note or for sound like a real DJ, but I have some lyrics. But lyrics, you never have much lyrics in days. So I get word now when the man not even give me 2 glance. So after I come out, I say, yo, no, I have to do something with my life. So
after, we're gonna break for Cash Pot Scatter, and when we come back, we'll find out how you dealt with that situation, finding out that you don't have the big DJ voice after your audition and so. Listen up, your top draw dollars. Pick 2, pick 3, pick 4, hot pick, and Cash Pot lunchtime draws up next. If you're just joining, we're on the road to success, and we're journeying with none other than SKATTA BURRELL.
your tickets out and let the games begin.
Good afternoon. It's Thursday, September 28th, 2023. I'm Sydney, and welcome to this afternoon's Supreme Ventures live game draw. Now, before we begin, here's a quick look at our mid-morning winning numbers. Please do remember all live draws are being supervised by the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Commission and observed by the independent auditing firm PwC. Now, want to win money upon top of money? Buy a $50 top draw ticket for a chance to win $200,000 up to $1 million every day. Now, the top draw jackpot is now $600,000. So here are the winning top draw numbers, and good luck. And here we go. The first winning top draw number this afternoon is 12. Coming down next, we have a solid number 10. The third winning number making its way down is a countdown to the number 9. And what is coming next? It's lucky number 13. Now, for that $600,000, you're gonna need 21. And now let's picky play with our dollars game. I do hope you're feeling lucky. And here we go. The first winning dollars number coming down is 19, and following 19 is ball number 14. Now 26 is coming down, and I do hope you have those tickets out because following is the number 16. Next up is lucky number 1, and we are halfway there this afternoon with the number 11. Coming down is 18, and what is coming next? Let's see. We have 23. Following is a solid 30, and coming down after that, slowly but surely, is the number 2. Next in line, we have 8, and we're wrapping things up in our dollars game this afternoon with the number 36. And now for some easy winnings with our Pick 2 game. Let's play. And here we go. The first winning Pick 2 number is 31. The second winning number is 13. So once again, the winning Pick 2 numbers are 31 and 13. And of course, up next, you can play it 3 ways. It's our Pick 3 game. And here we go. The first winning Pick 3 number is 0. The second winning number is 6. And the third and final number, here it comes, is 0. So once again, the winning Pick 3 numbers are 0, 6, and 0. And now it's time to turn up your winnings. So get ready for Pick 4. And here we go. The first winning Pick 4 number is 8. The second winning number is also 8. The third winning number, what's it gonna be? We have the number 2. And the fourth and final number is 4. So once again, the winning Pick 4 numbers are 8, 8, 2, and number 4. Now this one is easy for win. So let's heat things up with Hot Pick. And here we go. The balls are bubbling up. This afternoon's winning Hot Pick number is 12. Congratulations to all Hot Pick winners. Again, the winning number is 12. Now the Super Train is here. For this week's Super Train, you can win $290 for every $10 bet for both Cash Pot and Money Time, including 0 and 00. So get those tickets now. Let's get ready to play our Cash Pot game for Thursday, September 28th, 2023. Now, you live to play it, but can you win it? Get ready to be a big cash pot winner, and let's see what the winning cash pot number will be. And here we go. This afternoon's winning cash pot number is 8. Congratulations to all cash pot winners. Again, the winning number is 8. Now, let's mega you winnings, and good luck. And here we go. What's it gonna be? And the mega ball has been selected. And now it's time for the monster winnings, so good luck once more. And here we go. What's it gonna be this afternoon? Will it be white or red? Let's see. And the balls are spinning. Keep those tickets out. And the monster ball has been selected. So remember to go mega and monster 6 times per day for cash pot for more chances to win. Again, the winning cash pot number is 8. The lucky mark is belly. And for mega, the mega ball was selected for pick 3, pick 4 cash pot and hot pick. And for monster, the monster ball was selected for cash pot. Now let's take a look at this afternoon's winning numbers. And again, congratulations to everyone who won. Now, do join us again at 3 p.m. for more games you love to play. I'm Sydney. Have a supreme afternoon.
Hope you were a big winner. Play your favorite Supreme Ventures games every day and tune in for our live draw 6 times a day at 8:30 a.m., 10:30 a.m., 1 p.m., 3 p.m., 5 p.m., and 8:25 p.m. on this station. Supreme Ventures, making winners every day.
That was the lunchtime top draw dollars, pick 2, pick 3, pick 4, hot pick, and cash pot draws. Congratulations to all of today's winners. Join us again at 3 p.m. for another chance to win in hot pick and cash pot special pot draws. If you're just joining us, we are on the road to success and we're journeying with none other than SKATTA BURRELL. Now, SKATTA, before cash pot, you were talking to us about your big audition at Celestial Sound Studios. And, you know, you did your thing as an artist. How did you deal with that rejection? Not getting the green light like Bensley.
Wow, it was very hard because that's when you reach at a crossroad to say, why am I really cut out for this? It's a lot of people have love for music and want to be a part of this venture, but if you don't belong in it as a player, it is very important for you to acknowledge it at an early stage so you don't waste time. It's a very harsh statement, but I can make the statement because I've seen a lot of people um, invest their entire life in it. And achieving something does not have to be from a wealth perspective. It can just be able to make a song that is as carry some weight and offer some form of satisfaction within yourself. And a lot of people don't even get that. So I was at a crossroad now where I was saying to myself, dude, you really make for this thing? You're really talented or what? But I know some have rhythm and I have groove and I have an understanding of key and music and the love for the intricate parts of music. So I said, if I love this, we need to find a way to be a part of it. So you don't have to be an artist. So I'm big pretty board there. It was like a 56 channel Amek Hendrix board. Full of button. Look like one plane or one spaceship. But I said to myself, you know what, I wonder if I can learn that board there. So I say, all right, I go find a way to learn that board there. But the first thing I have to do now is find a way to be a fly on this wall because it's not like that man you're going to want to see me back in place again. So I remember asking him the evening before everybody leave if it's all right for me forward back tomorrow just for try learn something within the music. And him say, okay, fine. Him brush it off like nothing. Me not see about. Probably that him tell himself. Lo and behold, I walk from them time I did I reside with one of my sister who was staying at a house in Haverdale. So I never go back out to East. I go catch her the yard there. Early, just leave out in the morning and walk to Mullines Plaza. I'm there in the Virgin come out me in the studio. I'm just stay downstairs for a little bit. Until I'm going to the studio, I'm going to the studio. I'm stand up in the corner. Quiet as a mouse and I say nothing, just watch. So I did that for a few months and I was learning a lot. But the first time I got to sit around the mixing board now, mind you, them time the Benz gone on him career because Innocent crew and mash up the place them time. And, you know, them I do them thing. So nothing happen for me, but me have a place where I can go at daytime, go learn something. And I remember going to this studio for every day. One suit, one shoes, every day. Try to make it as clean as possible. And try to present myself to smell good, you know? And that was a task.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was a task. I walk in the boiling sun, you can't even buy deodorant and certain things. So you have to find a way for not be a distraction to people in them own place. So it did that work for me. I learn and I feel like me a part of an organization. Whether you can buy lunch or not, I never care about that. I learn something in the music. And then Norrisman joined me there because Norrisman was a prospect in the business. And you see there a record factory. All of the studio them Norrisman walk go. Him and a man named like Predator and Ninja Four them, you know, Red Hills Road. But Norrisman come out the studio because him like the studio and him like the setting. It's a place where he could have there and just be at peace. So my first opportunity now to actually start use that board was when Cabra Cabra got signed to a record label when him did to Flex, but him did have this big song named Flingstone, that song there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know where Cabra gets so much money from, but Cabra say must start a label. And I'm telling you, Cabra, I don't know why I'm come to that studio, because we never have no 2-inch machine. It was a thing named ADAT. But the thing with the ADAT now, you could have done a lot of recordings because of some video tape where you just push in and the 3 machine line up and it give you 24 tracks. So when you run out a track per one, you just pull out another tape and replace it with another one and you keep on recording. So you could have recorded the entire industry, and that's what I ended up doing, because when Cabra started my label, as I done in the business, everybody show up for record fee. And then I start to learn about artists and who are artists, and Maca Diamond and Queen Paula, them Captain Barkey, Elephant Man, them when Elephant Man ugly because he them cute, but them time the Ellie never go out with not Harry Toddler, the whole industry. You see me? Used to show up, and I'm telling you, I got the chance to sit around that mixing board and record all of these artists, because the man who owned the studio was the only engineer at the time. So him was glad for no say him have an apprentice now. We can just put in them time there. And I did it. I record like about 200-300 songs. You know?
Oh wow. So you
200-300 songs.
knew what you were doing, because it sounds to me like you just got thrown into it. Like that was your first hands-on experience.
My first hands-on experience, but when you have a knack for something, all you do is soak it up like a sponge. You know? Because me know somebody belong in a music at the time. That's why I stop the mechanic work, and I never want to do nothing else but music. And whether I put a DJ or not, I know somebody supposed to be a part of this industry, because I have a different kind of passion for it. So once I got to stand and be a fly on the wall and watch somebody work, every button I'm touch, I register it in my brain. Everything I could have registered, I register, and him system me did have that zeal and that love for it. So him give me the opportunity. And
Wow.
Cecile came to that. Somebody from Mandeville brought Cecile to that studio, and she came there as a singer, but she ended up being the secretary there. You know, so she was singing there and being the secretary at the same time, because Cecile is very bright. You know, and I learned about notes because he did have this label name Star Trail Records now. We record Anthony B. them and Sizzler them, and I learn how to take harmony with a man named Mr. Derek Lara from the Tamlins. And them and we take one whole day and do harmony, just do harmony and all songs. And you learn about individual notes and ranges and so forth, you know. And just being in that era where you could have witnessed one drop music being made, like you would have Sly and Robbie come in and build a rhythm right there, so in front of you, and you see the magic happen, and you learn the importance of a bass line, and you learn the importance of drum and bass and so forth. It's a knowledge that you can't just pick up, because you get to see it be put together. And it just, then we end up get the 2-inch tape, and the 2-inch tape, you just carry a nice sound and an attitude, and the whole music did have a kind of different dynamics to it then. You know what I said? Because I got to see like a Sizzler come in without nothing in her brain, but the rhythm put on and Sizzler just go around there. So, and every word that comes from his mouth made sense. Every melodies that flow was accurate. So you see the spiritual side of the music, that it is embedded in these people. They are made for it. They weren't doing it to make a living. They were doing it because of them. They were chosen to do it.
And it seemed like it just came natural and flowed. So by the time you know linked, well, you knew Norrisman from before, from taking us on your journey. So talk to us about, was Persistent like your very first production, the very first thing that you did as in a producer capacity?
Boy, Kashima, there are so many elements that contribute to who I am, because then came this man called Colin Levy, aka Eiley Dread. And he was doing a lot in the industry. So he was about to give up on music, right? And go back to Canada for a while. And I asked him, say, yo, let me run your label for you while you're gone. You know? And he brush it off and said, do what you do. You have access to my tape, then voice who you want voice, and do what you want.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So he left, and I was in touch with him, talking back and forth with him, and telling him, say, yo, my voice, the original voice, whatever. But Norrisman now was always there, and me and Norrisman always a make song and a record and him a do dub and a write. And we did have this one special rhythm that Sly and Robbie did build, but the rhythm was so nice, you know. And I remember Norrisman was there, and every rhythm in that studio, the Norrisman could have write a song for and voice for. But this one special song, the rhythm was playing, and he was standing at the back of the studio, and he might keep on a hum like 3 lines on it, and it resonate, and it was so good. I'm telling you, Keshima, you seen at them time there, we hungry. Like I remember, like one time when Norris is a young Rasta them time, they are not come up in a day. I don't know if you ever appreciate me saying this, but our history can't run from our history. Young Rasta follow them time, and like days pass and we not eat. I mean, I tell you, a man show up with a box food and a chicken leg. Zine? And me say, Norris man beg the man some of the food and bite in the chicken food, and it's like him a shake him head when him a do it, and him a say, yo, I can't believe I said the thing there, you know? And we know say, yo, that are struggles. Because you know say when you try to take apart and it's so hard and you're so hungry, you have to eat. Yeah?
Yeah. But survival.
Yes. Right in them time then, Keshima. Nice man, I sing the melody for about a couple of days and we end up going to the studio.
Before you get into persistent SKATTA, we also have to eat. So we're gonna take this quick break.
Right time.
It's 1:15 p.m. Lunchtime is Mother's time. Burgers, sandwiches, soup, and more. Mother's makes all day delicious.
That's how we do it. Who was the first track star? We don't know, but our track star, them a rock star. That's how we do it. From sports to music, red stripe in a deep bar. Everybody move it, prove it. Pakistan's dance all and reggae. When ball a play, our squad a feed there. Ready, we ready for any occasion. Gold red stripe in a hand. Why you the band? All we make Jamaica. That's how we do it. Red stripe. 18 years and older, drink and live responsibly.
Tiles, and more tiles. It's the Totally Tiles sales event at Home and Things. Enjoy up to 50% off our entire huge selection of tiles. Top quality Spanish and Brazilian porcelain and ceramic tiles. Contemporary, traditional, or wood. We have your style. Check out our new arrivals of large format tiles at unbelievably low prices. Plus, other items discounted store-wide. Catch the Totally Tiles sales event now on at Home and Things. Old Hope Road and Constant Spring Road. Lots of tiles, lots of style.
Guess who's back?
Smirnoff, good times! Non-stop dancing! September 30 at Mass Camp. 1,500 pre-sold. 2,500 at the gate. VIP 4,000 pre-sold. 6,000 at the gate. Mixed drinks inclusive. Ticket outlets. Ruby's Gore. Collectibles. Kingston Jerk. Avery's Beauty Concepts. Sheena's Pharmacy. AJ's Supermarket. Spanish Town. Smirnoff, good times! September 30 at Mass Camp. Must be 18 years and older. Drink and live responsibly. ID required.
This is an IREFM Big Up.
Cashpot and Money Time players.
More money around the same time.
This week, when you bet $10 on each game, you can win $290 in the 2 game them. So buy your tickets now at Supreme Ventures.
Target Click in association with Turbo Energy Drink presents Memory Lane Live 80s versus 90s, featuring live performance by Best of the 90s, The Doctor, King, Be the Man. Also featuring the Best of the 80s with Lieutenant Stitchy. Music by Stone Love and Bass Odyssey, hosted by GT Taylor. Saturday, October 7th at Mandeville Primary School, Manchester. Admission 4,000 pre-sold, 5,500 at the gate. VIP 8,000 pre-sold only. Buy tickets online now. TouchstoneLink.com.
All right. So welcome back. If you're just joining us, we are on the journey. We are on the road to success. We're journeying with SKATTA. So SKATTA, you're talking about you and Norris, man, really hungry days, had to do things you didn't want to do in terms of eating food. So you're just about to tell us how persistence came about. You hear Norris, man, humming it.
Yeah, so Norris, man, I've been singing this melody for a few days, you know, and so we ended up going to the studio and record the song. And right there when we record that song, we know it was special. You know, it was very special. So Cecile, we asked her to come on the song. You know, them time that Cecile had the secretary working at the studio. And Cecile did a wonderful job. If you listen to the song, the harmony them on it was just so smooth, you know.
Well, I know it's the Gideon rough, you know. I know I get the fight still.
Everything.
Perseverance, you know.
I'm telling you, when she do the harmony on it, it was like another icing on the cake again. And then the last bit of flavor we throw in it, I did ask Bensley, because Bensley grew up in the music that are from Innocent Boom. See him link with the studio. I ask him if he can come full on the keyboard a little bit and just add a little more melody to it. And him find this flute. Him play two things, but him find this flute tonight and him play it alongside Norrisman vocals. I mean, I tell you, the power of instrument, because flute is something that kind of put you in a trance, you know. So when you listen to certain music and you hear that certain instrument, it helps to make the song what it is. So them time that we are young aspiring engineer, now have no hit song or nothing yet, and that song gave us as artist and producer, me and Norrisman, gave both of us the opportunity to shine. Because I remember Bobo from Star Trail came to the studio one day and we played the song for him and him shake him head and said, "Wanna do it, you know?"
Wow.
Yeah. And the song not playing nowhere yet. And him said, "Wanna do it, you know, that song I got put up on the map." That him said. No, the first opportunity now for me to hear that song on the radio came when Gary G visited the studio. Big up Gary G, man. Gary G visited the studio one afternoon. I think he visited the studio the Friday, because he never play on a Friday. He visited the studio on a Friday and played the song for him, and him tell me, say, "It mix it," and I say, "No, it not mix it." Him say, "You have to go rough mix it off and give it to me." No, I not leave without it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I sit down and I push up the fader them and rough mix it and Gary G take it and forget about that. And this, ironically now, the next day, which is the Saturday, at about 11 or so, in the studio, I mix the song, you know, because I said, "I need to mix that song." And Norrisman come beat on the studio door and say, "Yo, come listen here." And on the radio, IRFM, Gary G was playing Persistent. You know?
Wow.
And I pull it up and I talk over it and I had the best things to say about the song. And then right after that, Mighty Mike call somebody and I say, "Yo, me need that song here." "No, send it come." You know?
Wow.
So when we mix the song now, me and Norrisman then at the studio, and it sounds so good, I'm doing a different mix site without anything, but just the melodies playing. And Norrisman said, that one I'm like, you know. And I send the two of them to Mighty Mike, and Mighty Mike said, "This is the version I like." So I have to big up Mighty Mike, because Mighty Mike introduced that a cappella version with a little flute and so forth to the world. And him did bore a hole in the song, and trust me, it changed my life. When you produce a song like that as your first hit, because I made a post the other day and I highlighted that, you know, you have to be great, you have to amount to greatness, because at your very low, your first hit song is a song named Persistent, and talking about perseverance and overcoming obstacles and just sticking with your truth. And, you know, that level of confidence that one song gave me and Norrisman, I don't see how I could have failed in a music, because it showed me that I have something to bring to the table. And it all happened when we were at our lowest. You know?
Wow. Absolutely. No, that is absolutely an amazing story. And in the interest of time, SKATTA, because in between the commercials and hearing your journey, and you don't talk about yourself a lot, so we need to hear it. So here it is now, you know, you got this big song, both you and Norrisman, change your life, like you just underscore. Take us now to the Coolie Dance rhythm and the inspiration behind this rhythm. And did you, in that moment, knew you had your hands on a hit rhythm?
Okay, well, I can rush through a little bit prior to that. Me and Cecile left the Celestial Sound, and our Aboriginal named John McKinley gave us a small studio up by Princeville Plaza, you know, and him said, "Do anything." So we made our first hit right there when she did "Can't You See What I've Been Going Through?" You know? Yeah, it was me, Cecile, and Merciless write that song. We did a drive, got to the country one day, and Merciless was on Powering P them time there. And we 2-3 hours write the song. So that is when me start make a real hit song in a dancehall now, because that was our first major hit. Left Side did Bill Lyrdy, man. You know, everybody have followed in on a voice, and we start become a household name as a dancehall producer. One hit rhythm after the next, one after the next, after the next. So I think I go on. Now, I remember going to New York to visit my mother. You know, I get to meet my mother and start travel regular. So I go to New York, go visit my mother, and I bring my drum machine with me because I want to stay close to the music. So I go over here and I link my brother named Chops. And Chops I play some PlayStation and so forth, and I have on the headphone and I fool around and find the beat and find a few sounds and put it together, and it sounds nice to me. Then you have a crew now named, the crew name, I don't know, but they are part of Sashi. They had a studio in Bronx. And the future Fambo called me and say, I have some bridging, I want some rhythm, and them pay good, so come make some money. So I go over there the night and I build the rhythm, and them dog give me a vibes, but I not like when me I build rhythm and I get 100% from who me I work with. You know? So when I build the beat them now, I run off the rhythm them and give them, and I run off Coolie Dance. But I said to them, don't pay me for this one. Because I kind of have, I feel like I got have some plans for it. So don't pay me for this one. It's okay. So when I come back to Jamaica now, me and Jaguar part, Jaguar used to write a lot of the songs them on the projects that I want to work with. So Jaguar bring in Bounty and make Bounty hear the rhythm. And Bounty say, why, I can't deny Bounty still, because I only for people him encourage. Bounty said to me, yo, Scatter, you find it. You rhythm them bad, but this is it, youth. Don't do not more. This is it. Don't sell nobody. Come and say, my dad sell sachet. I say, you're crazy, don't sell nobody. Oh, I read him. So,
wow.
That song, you're good to go, you're gone. And the whole industry come voice. I mean, I tell you, like, Elephant Man voice about 3 songs on the rhythm. Sean Paul, Ricard, Beanie, everybody voice. And then VP contact me and I say, yo, we need another part 2 of the rhythm. So put another juggling because you're going to sell green sleeve 101 sell. E to VP. Then I remember this day like yesterday, two things happened in space of 2 days. Joel Chin, rest in peace, Joel. Joel linked me and said, yo, you have some girl over here we do a song on the rhythm in a scatter. I mean, I tell you, you're in trouble now because you're going to know what being a hit maker is like, because that song they are going to run. Because we get commitment from MTV and it added to this a playlist and whatever. It's
wow.
Yeah. So man said, prepare yourself. Now, I had this publisher now named Othman Mucklis in England. He also called me the very next day and said, Scatter, I got something to tell you, man. You're about to be so wealthy beyond your dreams. Now, when somebody I tell you that, you know, because them time all right, can we all make it? But when somebody tell you say you're about to be wealthy different from rich or being a millionaire. When him tell me something he's about to be wealthy now, well, I don't know how to take it. But I say, okay, fine. Still I do my work and so forth. And I remember getting a publishing statement for like $150,000 US one time. And I had to drive, go to Negril to pick up that money. So I brought 2 girls with me and one of my brethren, Rolex. So we spend the weekend at Negril, go meet my publisher and my family and him give him a check. I swear, Keshima, so when him give me that check, them say I'm ready for go town. No. You know what, I want to spend no time down there. I'm take my time drive coming at Kingston. Very, very slow because I don't want meeting a no accident. You know?
Yeah.
And I remember when I lodged that check, it's the real first big payoff that I got from work that I did. And it is a staple in my memory to show the power of music as I reflect on where I come from, struggles, you know, and how I stayed true to my purpose. Because when I made that rhythm, I was just trying to be different. I never want to repeat myself, and I didn't care about what was running the place. I was just trying to make music. So to see that I was able to find a melody and a groove with some drum and hardly any keyboards or anything, but you create a groove that is so special, because even now the thing with that beat, it is so catchy just with a boom, 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 boom. And when you're able to bring elements together like that to create lasting vibe in a music and so forth, nobody could tell me, say, me never mean for do what I do. You know, I wasn't born for this. So regardless of how the payments and the payoff and the money goes, it's just great to be a part of something that you can remember that first feeling when you wanted to do it, and the opportunities and the disappointments and the perseverance that you had to endure to actually make it manifest and not giving up, you know? It means a lot to me. So it makes me very spiritual with the music, and it makes me a very vocal at the same time, voicing my opinions and a lot of things in the industry, because I think there's a side of me that has so much things to let out. You get controversial with the words that you say and the things that you do at the same time, because you know that you're not here to just cruise through.
To just merely exist. And I like that. Like that puts a lot of things into perspective. Even, you know, the drum pattern in that rhythm that you speak of, your love for the drums, what you observed in the church. But your Coolie Dance, Lenky Marsden Duali, and Snow Cone's Applause are all successful, unconventional dancehall rhythms, not the usual. Do you think that dancehall is once again at an experimental stage, why we have the trap music, and should we be patient with this sound?
You know what? This even though I do not agree with the path that have been taken, I have to say we have to give the youths them a chance to do what they feel is important. The same way I got the opportunity to experiment, and I remember there were deflectors and people saying whatever, you know, and I had to push myself and block out the noise. I realized I can't be a voice against what the youths are doing, because I had that opportunity. So we have to kind of see if we can teach them or add value to what they're doing. I think that's what needs to be done. We need to kind of fuse what they're doing with what we know and try move the music forward, instead of just being critical and just shunning what they're doing, you know? So the music needs help, it needs support, but guess what? They must survive and they must make a living, and it's just we have to find a way to bridge the gap between the old and the new.
Absolutely, well said. There are so many things we need to talk about, because you also got into artist management, and you talk to us about that relationship with Idonia, and how did the fallout impact, you know, your personal career and also you as a person?
I can definitely speak on that, because I look back at everything now. I can put a proper perspective on it. But when you're caught up in the moment, remember, them time them hot. Them time them not say my high, but my hot, and me just owe myself. I not owe nothing to nobody but myself. But I saw this youth named Idona DJing downstairs from the studio. He was a part of Goofy Camp. And trust me, talented youth. And I tried with a lot of young artists, and it wasn't working out. And them time them, I invested in myself, I invested in my own talent as a producer. So I wanted to help some other youths, right? So I remember I'm going to visit Idona one day by him house. Some Kayla gave me the link to him, Press K. She gave me the address and make the link for me. I'm going to drive around and go check in. And I show him, say, I want to do some work with him. And, you know, he expressed great gratitude at the time. You know, I'm dropping on the middle of the road and I said, thank you, because right now, the thing wicked out there, you know? So I will farm a crew named Gangbang, right? And I'm telling you, them time then now me have fun my thing myself. When I rely upon nobody. So me I send go to the bank every day, right? Spend money in the street. Me I buy motorcycles. I'm make sure I buy what I do in a car. I do everything. I spend for getting out there, because I believe in this. You talent. When you see talent, you know you're sure. And I pick out one plot on the hill for say my house I go there, some theme house I go there, right there. So you know them way there? Love the youth. Love the youth more than my woman, because of music, and I feel a passion in me now where I draw me out, you know? I come from nothing, and then cut off foot pants and the clocks, but the baddest thing in a DJ. I'm just so inspired and motivated. Every day I dream of how I can put this youth further. I remember when I booked him for the first Sting, I lock him up in my apartment and give him some VHS tape with Sting from the past and tell him, watch these tapes and know how to talk to the crowd. And Sting is an unruly crowd, so you have to bad them up. Bad up our length too. But you have to step out and deal with the show that way for people take you serious. And so said, so done, he was great. But then now, when things go crazy, you know, when Vybz Kartel himself come at the studio and I see my reason with Donut and him a DJ I Donut own a song for him. Cartel a DJ I Donut song to I Donut. For show him how good Donut is, and then Killer them send fee man. Everybody send fee man. Everybody have my people them are loyal to me. See? And Donut have people them are loyal to him. Two are we young and two are we have ego. See? So if Donut not show up at the studio one time when I expect him to show up, me not just I hold it down a little bit and I try to deal with it for a militancy. Me I take a different approach. Me I take a bad up approach. See me? Now I can take accountability for my actions, because back then I seriously people just take advantage of my kindness and I lose. You know what I say? But it is very important for you to understand where you went wrong in the investments that you made and the choices that you made in the past, so you don't repeat them. So I have a street credibility where me no want damage. It means an upcoming artist and a lot of people are latch on to my in ears. Seeing? And the two of we are clash now. Because me now got make it look like say me a back down to a little youth I just know from yesterday. And him I say, yo, me are somebody too. And me have a voice too. So whole heap of clashing go on and whole heap of fighting and whole heap of war go on, and me I say me I spend my money and me not make no man come make me waste my money. Me I go mash up your place and me I go sue and be a them something, and it go on for about couple months until we exhaust any notion of even moving further, working together. And it's just come from both sides. And then I mean lose the most in my mind, because I invested a whole heap of money, millions. Seeing? But I still have to take accountability to say, yo, when you deal with things on a street level, you have to acknowledge that you have to do business at the same time. So you have to hire people to do certain things for you and just be the producer and still maintain certain type of relationships. I didn't do that. So I lost a lot, and I was heartbroken in the process because I had to sit and watch Donny and mash up, be a stage show, and find be a hit song and I run the place and know say, yo, I needed plant that seed there, but I'm not a part of the journey again. So that worse than when your woman break your heart. And I tell you, Keshi, you can get over heartbreak. But you see, when music break your heart, trust me, you will jump off a building. You see me?
Wow.
And yeah, and trust me, it's scarred me for years. It scarred me. You know? Remember, I pick up piece of land when I want to also me and him and them something there. You know? Nobody could tell me say that now gonna manifest. I remember one day when me have an X5 and me get doing for drive and me there I'm a studio and me see doing a drive in the X5 and step out and come pick up some money and leave, and then me see him drive in and come pick up money for show again, and when him go away, him have on one of them pants there. One of them cloth lens pants there, but the man 4 pocket full of money. And when I see him jump in the truck and drive out, me shake my down, I say, wow, look them and look for success. Because you're witness a youth where you come from zero and you're a part of his success. So all of them things that play with my head for a while and make me feel like, say, yo, John or youth, you mess up.
You mess up.
You know?
And
it took me a while to throw myself out of the hole. I'm not telling you that.
Wow, I absolutely appreciate the honesty, and Scatta, we are gonna have to do a part 2 because there are so many things that we didn't touch. We haven't spoken about your business, Scatta the businessman, what you're doing at Downtown Records, at Reggae Sumfest. There are so many elements, and you're absolutely private. Scatta the family man, real quickly, how do you balance your family life with everything that you do?
Well, where immediate family is concerned, I have a small one, I have a son. Right? Only 4 years old. I started having kids very late, you know. But you know, it's just I'm just relishing in everything right now and just giving thanks. And I have someone I can love more than myself, and just want to do my best for it, to be around, to witness him growth and challenges, and just to be a part of it. You know. Outside of that, it's just Reggae Sumfest. You don't know me. I manage Aisha, and that in itself is a task. I mean, we have ups and downs with the fraternity, including Bounty Killer and a whole heap of others, you know. But that in itself is another story. But the work goes on, we keep on do what we can do for Sumfest and the culture. I think I see Sumfest as a path to me contributing to a dying culture of stage shows in Jamaica. There was a time when you have at least 30, 40 shows, now they reduced to like 3 shows a year. And we do what we can, and we learn in the process of how to make it better. So, you know, there's a lot going on in terms of the business aspect. I know that I have to create generational wealth. So I'm not sticking to music to put food on my table. I've made other
Your trucking company.
So forth. But I put a lot of that on the back seat just to focus on construction and the music now. So that's where I'm at.
SKATTA, this was absolutely awesome, and I could not have you here without you dropping some gems for persons who are listening and they have an aspiration to be a producer like a SKATTA Burrell, but they are stuck on their path. That their life is not as divinely orchestrated as yours, contrary to your religious beliefs. But what advice would you give to those persons who are listening?
You know what? Don't let nobody tell you say anything is better than you and you can't achieve nothing that you have a genuine. You have to be honest with yourself first, though. Is this something that I really want for the right reasons? And if you ask yourself that questions and you can eliminate hype and you're left with passion and the zeal for just to be a part of something that you love, don't let no one tell you to stop. And you have to do everything within your power to educate yourself on that. Because once you provide something for the world, you know, you're of use. So if you know you can provide good production and you can do the best you can in this and you can make success out of it, just push on through. And you have YouTube, you have so many tools at your disposal now that we never have. So YouTube is the greatest teacher to me right now. The internet is there. Use it for the right purpose. Don't look on people at work. Look on people who can show you how to put in the work. You understand me? And teach yourself, uplift the brain and be humble and be honest with yourself in the process. Forget about hype, because hype not put you nowhere. If you do things for hype, it will never manifest into nothing good. Trust me on that.
Wow, SKATTA Burrell, thank you so much, and we're going to be calling you for part 2.
Respect Kashima, man. It was a great honor. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Oh my goodness, look here, where the time run gone and in between the commercials and everything. Really happy that we were able to make it happen, but we're going to have a part 2 for sure.
When I said the Gideon rough, you know, I get the fight still. Perseverance, you know. Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, what? Persistence is to try throughout this precious time. You can't give up the fight. Jah is the way to life. All when you down and in disgrace, never let Babylon know you weakness. All when
Billy Jungle from Paradise Court says, good interview, big up yourself, SKATTA Burrell. Yellow in Claremont said, look here, good afternoon, SKATTA, keep on doing it, you know. Oh, you mean? Marta the Barber says, I think SKATTA has an eye for good talent, and he has done a lot for reggae and dancehall music. Keep doing good in a SKATTA Burrell. Pick up yourself. Stick and stay, see you on the flip side of this break.
Come and enjoy your Wendy's Dave's Classic, our signature square burger, served hot off the grill with the best ingredients.
The time is...
It is now 1:41.
When I grow up, I'm going to be a famous gamer with viral videos all over the internet. I'm going to be rich. Good thing I'll